Hello. Hey, looks like it's bad.
Yes, we should be good.
Okay, well, now that I see myself on television. I need better looking clothes. Let's call this subcommittee meeting to order. We'll do our roll call. Vivian?
Here.
Alexandra?
Here.
I'm here. Clary is here. At the moment, Francisco, Yesenia, and Madeline are not. Order of business. There's nothing really to delete, add, or anything like that, so we can skip that. Public comments, there's no public comments. You might as well just go into old business, which is the special needs registry. Okay. So here was the idea. Again, please spin this around. It's driving me crazy. What we talked about at the health fair was that there might be a possibility we're getting a lot of pushback and people not wanting to sign up because the name is not coming across as a protection program, but more as a, a registry. That registry doesn't fit like we thought it would. Well, no offense. It's just one of those things that when you
At all, I'm all for improving, like, my goal has always been to get the most people to sign up.
yeah, and I think that would be the
This,
best.
I think, is a great idea to rebrand.
Yeah. Find a way to get ourselves out there and really make sure that people recognize what the program is really all about, which it's, our messaging on this would need to be clearer. So what we talked about at the health fair, and I wanted to have this subcommittee so that we could brainstorm. You don't have to take what I've come up with and say, hey, we're gonna go with that. I want you guys to say, maybe come up with 2 or 3 more that you like, then we can vote on what we think is, not officially vote. We vote on what we think is best, and that's the one we go with. That'll go into our next meeting and we can vote yes on the change. So our idea was that it needs to be a slogan and there needs to be a name of the program. Officer Amador and I thought sounded good was special needs safety program. What that does is it keeps the special needs name in, adds the word safety into it, which is what we've been trying to push, which is keep your family safe. And program, which is what people recognize a program. When you join a program, I'm joining a weight loss program. I'm joining something like that. It's a program, right? So special needs safety program would replace the name registry. And that way, when people see it, they would be like, oh, what is this? How can I be involved? What can I do to get it? And our slogan would continue to be keep your family safe. And then for the shorter slogan, sign up, stay safe. Mm-hmm. So our idea is we're telling people sign up for our safety program. So now all of a sudden it goes from, we want to register you.
Right, like we're tracking it, like
right.
People are taking it that way, right, yes. So I think this is awesome. I love it.
So I like this one. I thought this one was perfect, but again, the purpose of having this discussion was that, I don't know that the other 3 aren't here yet, but the purpose was to see if you guys had thought of maybe another name or a way we could say it that either simplified or that makes more sense to you, or if you like what we want and what we have here, we could just roll with it. I don't mind discussing that. So if you want to sit for a minute, you want to think about some names. I just thought that special needs safety program could probably, there could be a different word for that, maybe, I don't know. I just knew special needs and safety need to be in one part of the tag. Mm-hmm. Instead of registry, the special needs safety something, safety program, safety. I can't think of anything other than program. Yeah, do a little Google search. Yeah, well, you know what if these programs that they know they exist in other places, what has other towns called theirs?
Well, I know we got our, we learned from Pembroke Pines program. And they called it like the same thing.
Is a special needs registry.
Yeah. Funny about that.
I think we would net more people, even though we're a smaller town, if we called it the special needs safety program, because when you type that in on Google, nothing comes up. Actually, down in Miami Lakes, special needs registry program comes up.
There's one here that comes up that it's from Alabama called Project Safer. And Safer, it stands for Special Assistance for Emergency Response. Yeah. And then it's the police badge, and it says the city name, police and fire, a hand that's like a rainbow, and then on the bottom of it, it says Special Needs Registry. But the overall thing is called Project Safer, Special Assistance for Emergency Response. That's the one. Yeah.
And I think a lot of these are used to targeting just autistic people. You know, a lot of these programs are just for autism. I don't think they, like with ours, where we're thinking autism and the elderly and, any disability, cerebral palsy, speech delay. Our program is really specifically inclusive. And the ironic thing is that it allows any resident of Miami Lakes on this registry to be in communication with the Miami-Dade police. So if they have a problem in Cutler Bay and Miami-Dade police is called, they'll have that information, right? Because it's in Miami-Dade system.
It's in the system, but it's only for, because the registry is only in the town of Miami Lakes. It's not like, that's why somebody from unincorporated over here in North Bay, they wouldn't be put into the system because there's nothing for them to be put in the system.
So if someone from Miami-Dade, someone from Miami Lakes got called or needed help, but let's say someone wanders from our group,
Right.
wanders across the bridge in the Hialeah, and Miami-Dade sees them,
Right.
they'll be able to see that information.
It'll
because
come up here.
That's what I'm counting on. So it's not just, you're not just getting the town, which all the other towns, their police department information is in their police department. That's it. So you walk out of Pembroke Pines into Miramar police do not have the information Pembroke Pines have. But thanks to our partnership with Miami-Dade, you walk out of Miami Lakes, you end up in Hialeah Country Club or wherever they have that information. That'll be different than going to Broward, but let's hope that doesn't happen. So that's why I thought a safety program would be like that inclusive sound where you're saying, oh, this is our safety program. That's how we help you keep safe. We want to make sure people know that you have these special abilities. And if something were to happen, if something would happen in your home or something happens to your son and walks out the door, we can tell we know what's going on. We can tell them how to talk to them. If they're nonverbal, the more information you submit to the program, the more that officer is going to be able to say, hey, this kid doesn't talk, but he loves rock and roll. Let's play some rock and roll and get his attention so we can help him. That would make a family member be a little less abrasive when they're thinking, oh goodness, you're going to have all my information. Oh goodness, you're going to have all my information. Thank goodness. So that's why I think safety program fits. But
this is another one that I found in New York, and it's called Ascend. And it stands for Assistance for Special Cognitive Emotional Needs and Disabilities. And then they have the description, and it's exactly the same exact thing. A voluntary registry for individuals with physical, mental, or developmental conditions and caretakers of such individuals The registry is only accessible to the sheriff's office and 911 call center.
Everybody
No,
using the
that
word
one's called the
registry.
send.
Would we, from your expertise, in the paperwork filed with Miami-Dade, if we make a change to this program's name, what has to change in your end?
I don't know exactly how the update would go, because I was thinking that we have paperwork already, right? We have signatures, we have forms that are done. On paper, it says registry, or, you know, there's a certain, and there's a legality, but if the name is changed, the essence of the program is still the same. Right? Nothing has changed from the program, so I don't think anything has to change in those paperwork. What would happen is we would have to change the next forms coming up. Is my understanding.
I think that would make it, not that I'm trying to make you guys vote my side. I think that's where we could solve this problem is by making it safety program. Because all we're doing is taking the word registry out and everything stays the same. So now your new documents would say safety program. So when you explain it to a person, it's a safety program, the town safety program, that's it. And we open the door so that not only we can do it, but elderly affairs can do it. And the storm is gonna get me. You do all those changes, and people will be able to understand that it's a softer touch versus a harsher push. And I just feel like if we could get the word registry out of there permanently, it'd be good for us.
Thank you. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels very,
Now, our existing programs say, keep your family safe. I think that slogan stands true with it. I think the sign up stay safe is something we could say, and we don't have to put on our flyers.
Okay, so currently, this is the application, and we would just have to.
Out of Miami Lakes Police Division, Special Needs Safety Program application.
Application. So it would just be changing that and wherever they mention, figure, if they can. Just wherever, just getting rid of registry and replacing it with, yeah. Yeah. So I think anywhere, like, none of this has to be changed, like the actual application doesn't have to be changed, yes, like the name and wherever the name is.
I think that's it. I think that's all we have to do.
And nothing,
The only rules I can say is really the attorney. You know.
right, yeah,
100%,
no. Yes.
Because it might, you know, some legalities on that. they
Right,
might
right.
mention that we don't.
Yeah,
you know,
obviously, they, before the form goes out,
Well, between
the
now and then,
attorneys would have to look at it, but I don't think it's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah.
Because it's just changing the name, like, we're not even changing any of the things on the application, what we're asking for, what we're asking, everything's the same, the names.
yeah, but everything's changing with the name. Everything's
And your
changing.
procedures shouldn't change at all, because nothing,
The only thing that changes for you is that you get to, introduce it in the same.
Mhm.
yeah.
And I think everybody will be more open to hear about that. So, now that you've joined us here, pretty much we've been discussing the name change and everybody likes the idea of calling it the safety program, especially the safety program. So far, we've gone through a couple of other names, but they all lead back to registry. Even these ones that have come up with, like, you should mention one that was called Project Safer, which sounds great, but at the bottom it was still the registry. So we're trying to set a different standard because all of ours is completely inclusive. The idea of a safety program kind of like reminded me of a exercise program or a health program or something that, when they talk about these events and programs, we have a health program going on that you can be a part of. You're like, oh yeah, that sounds great. You can get a health registry for you. Well, no, stay away from me. So we're almost, is everybody on board with making that the change the name? You cool with that?
Safety program, it's marketable, it's.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. The sign up, stay safe slogan, I was just telling them, I think we could just use that for ourselves to tell people, sign up, stay safe. You know, it's very simple. Something that they can use. Yeah, hashtag. That could be our hashtag. So we could incorporate that hashtag into everything we do. Sign up, stay safe. So. And then that we can add that in to our flyers if we want later down the road, but right now, all we have to change on the flyer, the only thing we have to change, especially registry, especially safety program, not yet. So we can run through with the existing print that we have and the boxes that we have, and when they're done, we'll just order new ones with the new program on it. Unless you think that the flyers need to be changed and that the old ones are not relevant. What do you guys think?
I will use the ones that we have already. And once they're running low on inventory, you start placing the order for the new ones. Because they were just ordered.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
And it's
And
something-
it's gonna take time for the attorneys have to look through it.
So we get all that done and then we can go ahead and place a new order. Cause I
Yeah.
think we should have the new flyers in the card stock. Cause I did notice the other day when we had them out, they got wet and they crumble. And the other thing is, if we're trying to approach people with it, we're still starting registry. You know, it's unfortunate that we finally got them printed, but then we changed the name. But it was.
Yeah,
one of
but
those
we
things
can-
didn't think was gonna
We
happen.
can survive a few more months.
Yeah, a few more months.
I don't think those flyers are gonna last more than 3 months, like 1 or 2 months.
What about the video? Does the video say registry in it? Is that spoken on the video, or is it spoken as a voiceover?
And it's Major Royce, I believe he speaks. Yeah,
Directly in like an interview?
yeah, at the end. Then the rest is voiceover, which I think that
So-
we need to like change.
We could change the
and
voiceover.
just be like the issue.
Or we should just in that section,
Yeah.
that segment.
Yeah, you know what? We could do that. So that's something we'll have to put on our list to do. So again, on a timeline of all this stuff, so I know we're talking out like this. The first thing we're gonna do is vote next week to make the name change. Then we submit that into the town, and then they can go ahead and adjust all the registry numbers, send it to legal, make sure legal's okay with it, send it to Miami-Dade Police, make sure they're okay with it. Once it's all okay and done, then we'll vote on our timeline to adjust the video and produce a handful of new pamphlets that we can use.
I would like to volunteer to change everything on the application and give it to the town. And I think that will save us some time
Sure.
instead of having them.
You have the editable PDF,
I think so.
you created it, right? Yeah. So if you still have that, make the change and send it to
Right.
Gabby, but we can't do it until next week.
Be approved, right.
You can have it ready, and then when we finish our meeting, you can go ahead and send it. But this meeting, I think we're approving everything for this meeting that goes into the next meeting to say yes.
Right.
Because this is just a discussional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just discussing, you can say, okay, I think we will present this idea at the next meeting.
Right.
And then you present. it.
So that's what we'll do. Go ahead and have it ready, and then once we've said yes to it, an official vote, you can email it to Gabby, and then she can submit it to the town and have the town attorney look at it, and see if everything is kosher with the change. So really, all that's changing is special needs safety program instead of registry. And then we'll put a timeline to the video and a timeline to the flyers. Sound good?
Let me just throw
Dr.
something out there.
Amador. I almost called you Dr. Amador. I don't know why.
So the third and police.
Doctor and police matters. Just to throw it out there, in case, right? It's a huge thing where the town's like, oh my God, this is crazy, and because we might get that. Would it also be prudent to just say, make it the program, add the slogan to the card, but then not change the name, but make the name very small on the card, for instance. So that we, the way you say it is, it's a program, it'll say registry on the card real small. But the way that it's given out is presented as a safety program. That way, because I'm just thinking about all the
Worst case
dynamics.
scenario, I think that, worst case scenario.
You can
we do that.
Yeah, like the two names that I had looked up, like it wasn't advertised as registry, but like when you went in, it said that it was a registry, like on their website. But like the whole, like all the advertisements
Like the
were the
messaging.
other name.
That's why I think sorry, go ahead.
No.
That's why I think safety program will work, because it's a program. A registry and a program are very close in terminology. So for an attorney, a gray area would be, okay, well, if you're registering people in a program or a registry, they're both one and the same. If they say, no, it has to be a registry, then we leave the special needs registry as its official title and our program name, safety, all advertising, all videos, promotion by the town is safety needs, special needs safety program. And then in the application, it could say, this is the special needs safety program, special needs registry, there.
I mean, once you have them filling out the application, you
It's
have,
over, right.
you know,
Yeah, you're right.
it's the messaging of it.
You can always put register in the link below and just use that word register instead of
Register, I
registry.
like that. Register here,
Yeah, register at the following link, register in the QR code,
join the registry here.
scan QR code to register. It's a play on words,
Yeah,
but it's not a registry.
if that's the case, if legal comes back and says that we need registry, we'll manipulate it. But I think you won't have that problem because of the program. If we called it the project safer, then it has to be defined, what is that?
What
It's a
is
project. Right, so the project is the registry. 2 and 2. I'm trying to circumvent that by giving us an ace in the hole, hopefully. So everybody good on that? I think, is that Madeline? No, I don't think she's gonna make it tonight. All right, well then we pretty much, oh, that's right. Was there anything else about the program that you think we should talk about, discuss, change, adjust? What can help you?
The cards was what I would really wanted. The cards to be able to give a card like what we have, that says so much on it and it's just accessible, boom, boom, when you give it out. Besides that, I think we're doing the best we can and, we'll talk to the other, the elderly, we have, all these things that we've been doing.
Yeah, the elderly affairs committee, they really want to partner with us and get
Makes sense.
participants.
One thing that
I watched the meeting.
And
They're
when
great.
they wanna do something like a lunch. And they
Yeah.
want us there, so they
Right.
can.
They do.
Yeah.
We need
But I
information on that lunch. Can you look into that for us? Elderly affairs.
Maybe do like a zone maybe also.
Yeah, they have a lot of events.
The only thing that we talked about a little bit was about the school. And I mean, I have some things that I wanted to do at like, for instance, at Bob Graham where I'm at, but that's only one school and I'm jumping into the school, trying to talk to them about these things, but it's one school, it's not all schools in town. But there's an education advisory committee.
Yeah. We need to
You
talk to them too.
And I know that they're the ones that can, can push anything and moving.
We
They're talking about flyers,
flyer, didn't we? Did we
Yeah,
submit it?
yeah.
Did we submit it to Miami Dade yet?
It was the same flyer.
Yeah, because we decided the one that looks like. very
Yeah, but we can
childlike.
make some changes to it.
I think we submitted.
Yeah, we did changes, we got the changes approved, but
I don't think,
I don't think we submitted it.
school is almost over, so submitting it right now would be irrelevant. Maybe we should wait on submitting it, because we can make that change to the name. So when we get it in for 2023, 2024, it's in all the schools, because we have one that Miami Dade's gonna have to approve and put in all the schools that are in town. we'll get that name changed on there once it's approved and get that submitted for fall. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That way we're not
That's when
going.
all the flyers go out at the beginning of this.
So let's do that.
Also, I think we need more promotion from the town. Like, I feel like that we spent money on that video. It's a great video. And I never see it, like the town, I feel like it should be every.
Totally agree.
Like at least once a month, if not once a week.
And
It
it should
should
be,
Okay.
and it should
On
be
social
every
media.
end.
You know, and I never see it, I never see it, and I don't know.
This month, especially this month, I said, oh, April first,
Yeah.
they're gonna bombard,
Nothing.
Nothing.
Pues eso lo voy a poner.
and this is the month.
And
Like,
we
this is
have,
the month.
we've had talked about in the past. Paying for advertising for that video, so it gets not just get published, but it gets attention.
And we set like a.
But if
monthly
the town
budget.
We
is
did.
not doing it, like,
$100 a month.
yeah, I know we've allocated money for that.
And then are they
And I
doing
haven't
it?
seen
We don't know.
In like. Because it
I
doesn't
don't
like anything. And then I think like, there was a guy that
don't
was
know.
like,
They're
if you
not.
aren't showing up and fix it. And I wanted to be on.
We're not the only one.
Yeah, but
who have
to
noticed
Facebook-
Because I watched the meeting.
I
and
don't
know.
know.
I don't know
Is
what.
there a thing marketing?
we need to have him come in. We need to have, it's
But-
Jonathan.
Well, it depends, because they're both part of the team communication.
Okay, so there is another guy named Jacob.
Yes.
I was thinking, okay, it's Jonathan. We need to have Jonathan come in, because we actually, I talked to him at the Health and Safety Fair about this too. And he and I were having a conversation about the possibility of us having a social media page. Having a social media page. Because he was talking about wanting to have all committees have their own page. But there's legalities as to who can manage. So what I had suggested to him was if our board came up with a monthly calendar to post to that social media page, all he'd have to do is take the data, upload it, and be done with it. And then it's town control. They can say yes, they can say no, but it would allow us to have a place where we're posting stuff.
Like a newsletter.
Like a newsletter, but people don't use newsletters. anymore. I mean, I delete my
Like a
email
small
before I
blog?
do it.
Well, newsletters work great. It's,
Yeah, right.
it's the lowest hanging fruit. It's free to use, it's free to create.
Where data are you getting that from?
It's the best tool for marketing outside of social media.
You know, outside of it. We can't do either. We're not allowed to do our own newsletter. We're not allowed to do a social media page. Because
I wanna show you
it's a
guys the
city,
way.
it's a town committee. Believe it or not, that is really easy to make too. And maybe
And
that
it's
was
really good.
and I've made videos like that all the time.
Oh, that's the neighborhood improvement one.
Like, we've never gotten anything like this. You know, and I think it's awesome, and we have, you know, we have an event on Saturday and nobody knows about it. People know about it because I put it on my page, we tell people, but the town, I've seen one post with the flyer, not like an awesome video like this. You know,
Well, here's something that we could put on
Share the video.
For
The-
next-
the posting.
the next meeting we have.
they will.
Can you
move on Instagram.
Ask around up there and ask how that video was made. Like, who made it? Was it the board? Was it the town? What could we do to get videos like that made? How do we get our stuff promoted?
But
You know,
yeah, just postings, I mean,
well, the commissioner,
Why can't we have our own social media channels at least?
there's a legality to it because of sunshine law. And the fact that there's also the town is in charge of it. Has to be in charge of it. We can't be on it. Now, what Jonathan told me was if we did come up with, I told him if we could put on 1 month calendar. So we give them, like, let's say in May, we vote on our calendar, our events calendar. And I put together a posting schedule. And we vote on it and say yes to it and submit it to the town, and the town could run a page for us. It's just, we have to do all the hard work up front. We can't just do it when we need to do it. Like, oh, let's post about this today. It just,
No, it makes
And a
sense.
calendar.
It makes sense.
I mean, a calendar would be nice. We've been talking since January that we need to put an event calendar together of our own events, because then we don't remember what the hell
Well,
they
now
are.
we have to. Because
Yeah,
we have,
'cause-
gonna have to.
because we
assign
said
a
so.
dollar amount
Yeah,
every year.
And we use Google Calendar, and then just everyone can
Sure.
add.
can we have us, can we make our own Gmail account for us to use for calendars? No,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think Google Calendar that you have a password and you,
I would-
and just only the board members will be use it.
no, it's,
No, doesn't do that.
It might
it's not that, it's the state government. You see, because we're a state government committee, because we're a town committee. The law of sunshine law means that all things that we do or talk about has to be open all the time, even if we're just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Has to be open all the time, so all we need to do is sit here and get a calendar book, write it down, and then hand it to her to give to the town.
Okay,
That's
so
not what we could do.
I laugh because I was gonna say this later. I went on my own. I started my own, I went back to marketing. And I started the page that I shared with you the other day.
Oh, yeah,
I started a marketing agency for nonprofits. And including grant writing service, fundraising events. I can come up with a calendar. I can come up with postings that we can do and set up a calendar and share it to the board, and from the board, share it to the city, to the town.
Yeah.
And use that, and then what we can do, I think, is all of us from that email or from that calendar, share all the postings to everyone. And we can all share them on our own personal pages.
my thing for Jonathan, and we never got finished talking about, we never got a chance to finish talking about this, was can the committee chair and or vice chair have a editor's role on the page? Because if that was the case, and per our discretion, could we share things related to special needs that would allow us to tell the town more about what we do? That would be helpful. The answer to that question is not known yet, so we'd have to have a conversation. But as far as developing content ahead of time where it's pre-approved, the answer to that was if you did that, then there's a possibility that he would be fine with doing it.
So,
Because the town's the one posting it,
once it's posted, we can all share from there.
right?
So,
And it would be Town of Miami Lakes dash SNAB or Special Needs
well,
Advisory.
I can volunteer in my services. Create the calendar. I have to get in touch with or meet Jonathan and the other Jacob,
I think it's just Jonathan.
or
Jacobs.
meet with them,
They both.
give them the content, and then once everything's up, we can just share with their
Yeah, so
from our own personal page.
if you're gonna volunteer, if you need help, you need to let us know, one of us know, because we can add stuff to it, we can send you stuff. You write the whole calendar, you bring it to the next board meeting, we look it over, vote on it, say yes to it, then we can give it to Gabby to give to Jonathan. That's the process that has to go through to get there. We have to get, well, you would be the one to send it to Gabby, but we still have to vote on it.
No, create a calendar and social media posting, not strategy, but a social media.
But don't create anything until I have Jonathan's word that he's gonna make us a page. Because I don't want you making all that stuff for now, unless you wanna do it for yourself, that's fine too. But it's just,
And for example, like elderly affairs or.
No.
No.
So I think that we don't. I'm thinking, I'm saying no.
no, he said he would say yes if we made our own content, the city could look over it. Because the problem has been, is that they don't want the boards posting. They don't want people posting.
So
stuff
if
without
we-
approval.
If we give them all the postings, the artwork with the posting, the content, everything,
Content, video down, whatever they.
all they have to do is just schedule it.
That's right. And that would be 100%, that would give us a
So you
outlet.
give them everything.
I volunteer to, I'll create that.
And then the town can reshare anything we post. So we post the video, if we post the special needs video once a week, our own, We can run our own social media advertising on it. And then the town can actually share the video from our page to their page with no problem. Jonathan knows.
And it was posted on.
So I volunteer, I can volunteer my services.
I think we do, it just affects the registry, so that's what we're talking.
Well, you never gave me feedback on the thing.
I never looked at it. No, I'm a terrible,
The advisory board logo is there and it's linked to the registry.
I'm a terrible person. You have to understand, I never do anything.
I need the videos, I can put it over.
I can't even sleep.
Some people on Saturday. Before.
Is that where to find the video?
I came up with
It's on
some,
YouTube or no?
on Saturday, the
No,
walk,
especially for this-
that's where I was at, I was at.
It's on-
a bike ride.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
At Roy Boats, and a bunch of them showed up.
It's everywhere, it's on the
More
website, it's
people
on
showed up than.
Facebook and.
Yeah, the bike is,
Put on the page.
So we have our own
I
page.
created a directory for
We should have the
nonprofit
ability
I
to
remember you
promote
saying
ourselves.
it.
At least.
a while back.
Right,
Finally finished it.
But also, the town has, like, I'm gonna give it, for example, the event that's coming up on Saturday. The resource fair with Arts for Us. They have a flyer. So they've only posted it one time. Meanwhile, I've seen the daddy-daughter dance, which is a great idea. I love it. But
But
that,
it's
I
been
see them
everywhere.
posting about that every other day, like, why something
Email.
get, yes, they get pushed, they get, like,
I don't know.
What if,
I don't even know how to ask that.
I
question.
remember, when Brandon was in charge of the marketing, that he used to put our stuff on a schedule. Like, he would tell me, okay, I'm gonna put you, a month before the event, every other week, because I understand, there's
Other
a
stuff.
ton of
Yeah.
events going on, a ton of advertising that have to happen. And, they have to get organized and have like some type of schedule. And he would tell me, okay, it's gonna go out like, 7 days before the event, then 5 days, then 3, whatever. And he would like put it on a schedule and it would, I would see it. But like now, I don't know what's happening, like nothing, not nothing, because some things are getting a lot of attention and a lot of promotion and others are not.
And,
That's where
I agree with
like,
you.
what do we need to be doing?
We asked for
so
a
that-
budget. We asked for social media advertising on that video.
Yeah, I remember telling Victoria, but was it a monthly budget or just for like a recurring one, or was it just
It was
that
until
time?
that money ran out on that video. And I've never seen one report at all on any of that money spent, if they've even spent it. I don't even know if they've done the ads.
I think they've done.
And they've gone through 3 people running the social media department too. So I don't even know if they know that we had requested that.
Right.
Because
like-
Victoria set it up, turned it on and walked away from the job. That's how it went. That was the last time we talked about this.
Right, so my question to you, Gabby, would be, what can we do to, to get some of the exposure and, for our events and for our program, to get out there? Because I see like other stuff getting promoted and stuff, and yet are those committees, doing something that we're not doing? I wanna understand a little bit.
I am not sure how they are handling it, but I would suggest, what you guys are saying. Get a calendar, and for the month of this, we have all these events planned and all this, or if it's some awareness month, like April, then to have that, so that we can give it to Jonathan. And then he could know. And if you have like something specific, like special needs registry, that you would like it promoted every month, or to have more organization on that part. And then for us and for the board and for John. Yeah, it's really kind of.
Do we have a database of photos of images that we can use?
I think,
You can use anything you want from Unsplash, it's free.
No, but
Do we have
Oh,
our
it
own
sounds like-
special needs stuff? Yeah, we have a couple of things. I'm not sure how much. Photos that we've taken at the park, photos that we took at some of the events. We have some of the photos between ourselves. I don't know if the city has.
And you guys do one for the park?
That's another, the video of the park.
Oh, the
I've never
park?
seen it. Like
Only
one or
Posted
two times.
once.
Only one time.
And the one that got posted to Instagram, it got this, I don't know if it got like. Something went wrong with it because it was cut. I don't know if you noticed, it's cut off, like, they didn't upload it in the size that it was done, they just did a
Oh.
box version of it. Yeah, and some points, you got me talking like this,
No.
and I'm like, well, that didn't look right. So, I mean,
So okay, so let's do what Gabby said and send an email. I mean, the registry or the program, you know, that needs to be on, I would say like at least every 2 weeks.
And if you have the flyer for the event on the 29th, it's on the 29th, let's send that, can Gary send them over so they can put it on their social media?
The
This one-
flyer for the 29th, they already have it.
But it's
Right,
not in
but
the
how
social
can-
media
yeah,
right now,
How
they
can
need
we
it.
get them, the event is on Saturday, how can we get that, you know?
Not like today, so they start the whole week. And people see it.
I'll say one thing, because I've noticed over going to a lot of meetings that. How do I word this? Media from the town is saying, look, this is the way we do it, A, B, and C. People are saying it should not be A, B, and C, or maybe should, but it's not working. It should be E, F, G, right? And what I think the town needs to, or there needs to be a compromise is if the committee is saying, look, we want A, B, and C, then, okay, we're gonna do it the way you want. We are gonna do A, B, and C because the committee is asking for it. Not because we understand that there's a marketing program and this is what you do, but the committee is asking for something different. And how can the town honor that? Because the committee feels, right, the committee voted that they feel this is how it should be. So let's say this program is the event is coming up, the committee wants it to go out on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before the event, please. The town not say, oh, but that's not how we do it. Okay, that's not how you do it, but the committee wants it to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We don't care how the town does it. We wanted this because the committee voted. Does that make sense?
that's why I suggested we make our own page, because then we can make the decision. That's what I had said, I told Jonathan. Because if you have your town, you have the town here, you're competing with 7 other committees, the town's promoting the mayor, the council members, and everybody who wants to put something out on the town's social media page. You post 5 times in one day, you drown. Nobody sees it. And Facebook starts pulling back your algorithm. So, I mean, it's different with Instagram. Instagram, you could post 3 or 4 things in one day, it's no big deal. You post 3 or 4 things on Facebook, it's over. Nobody sees it. You have your own page and you post once a day and you put some ad dollars behind what you want to be seen by the people that live in the town. Completely different scenario. If I took the flyer for this event on Thursday, posted it to our social media page, and I put $100 budget targeting Miami Lakes only with a goal for it to end the day after, the day of the event, 2 hours before. Facebook will spend that money on that post to everyone who's in Facebook, in our area, it can see our page. No interruptions, no buts, no nothing. And so anyone could see that post. Whereas if it's on the town page and they have an ad for elderly affairs, they have an ad for the town's bike event. Now they're all so they're not getting the same amount of attention.
I think we need to have a meeting with Jonathan
Agreed.
and see what is it that he wants from us. Maybe it's something that we're not doing, you know. Maybe we
get it
don't
one more
understand how they're doing.
Not for the event, not for the regular meeting.
Maybe we don't understand how they're doing things. You know, are they doing that? Are other committees paying extra for extra advertising? You know, is that why they're getting their things more promoted than we are? Like, I don't have those answers,
Yeah.
neither do you. So I think that
This,
You know,
the meeting with
before it was-
Jonathan,
before it was easier for me to understand because I knew how Brandon worked. I
Right.
knew what he required, I knew, but now I feel like I don't know. And maybe things are falling through the cracks, maybe there's something we're not doing, But it's, like, for me, I need to understand their process so I can follow it, so I can work how they work, you know, if that's the case.
Does a
But-
meeting with Jonathan require a committee meeting? Or can he just have a meeting with us to tell us how the social media stuff works for them?
You could probably have, which, I don't know, then we can even like, vote on anything for today.
Right,
But if you would like, maybe since you all don't need to decide how you're gonna handle like all the postings that we need answers. Maybe a subcommittee on like promotion of events and everything.
I was,
Like
that's
for
exactly,
him to
Discuss,
attend?
especially
What-
for the calendar.
Or-
because it's could get very complicated. When
Or-
there are a lot of events that maybe you will, like, you'll work on it maybe like in next month or the following, and then say, oh, I forgot this event. So then if you just like sit down and just like take the time only for events and promotion, it could probably be a little bit smoother and more organized.
What if John and myself, we can meet with him? And go back and forth with all the ideas or figure something out, and then we bring it to the board. And tell them this is how they wanna do it, this is how they're working, this is what we can do.
what I was thinking in my head based on sunshine law. I don't know that a meeting with Jonathan is a required sunshine meeting, because what we're asking him for is to. Be like, almost like a meeting you'd have with the mayor, right? Explain to us the rules. This is a rule meeting. What is your policy? How do you do your promotions? How should we be writing our stuff so that you can get into it? So therefore, you and I could technically have a meeting with him here in town hall. That's what I'm hoping for, because then if it gets more technical after that, say we need to have a subcommittee meeting, and we can set one up. But in the meantime, in the early time, a meeting with you and I, we can find out the answers to the questions we have, get them answered immediately. We have that this next week, you know?
Yeah.
So if you could reach out to Jonathan, tell him that we want to have, not as a board, just as. Do you want to be there, Vivian?
No, you guys are the social media experts, I'm not.
That we want to have a meeting with her,
If we could meet before next Wednesday, will be great, because that means on Wednesday for
I
a
can't.
meeting.
I'm not here Friday, Saturday, or.
Oh, Monday and Tuesday,
Monday or Tuesday is fine, yes.
we're in Wednesday early. That way we can present it to the board on our
If you
next
can do it on
meeting.
Monday or Tuesday.
We're not losing an entire month of waiting.
Agreed.
Besides that, like, for this week, I divided my hours since you wanted to have the subcommittee meeting, so I'm here tomorrow. So I could, ask him how it works. I do think, like you guys were mentioning, that maybe saying, okay, we need like the event promoted. It's at the end of the month on the 29th, but we need it on like every like week, or like once a week for like the first like 3 weeks, and then like the week of the event, like Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, or whatever. I think that maybe that could also be helpful, because I really don't know how he does it, but maybe that's like, if that was requested, he could say, okay, yes, like, I'll go ahead and I'll do it.
Excellent. So I know exactly what to do then. When we finish the meeting today, I'll go home and write you an email, letting you know that we need to meet with Jonathan and Francisco and I. And that we need to have this event promoted this week. Tomorrow, when's the event, Saturday? Tomorrow
And Friday.
Until Saturday morning.
and Friday and Saturday morning. And I'll send you that in an email so that you can relay it to him while you're here tomorrow and say that the special needs committee says we gotta have this promoted. The last time we didn't get enough promotion and people didn't show up. That's not good. So let's get that. I'll get that email to you soon. Does that work? Okay. Is that it then? Have we got everything discussed on that? All right, then. I think we're all good. Let's, any announcements?
Yes. On Friday at noon at Bob Graham. Miami-Dade County Public Schools is going to be doing a proclamation presentation honoring Hope for Autism.
Ooh,
So if anybody can make it, I heard the superintendent might be there. Councilwoman Ruano, I believe is gonna be there. Roberto Alonso, huh?
It's right there in Pennsylvania.
yeah, no, nobody told us.
Yeah, well, I
No, but I think like as a teacher.
we just found out about it like yesterday. So, Roberto Alonso, he's on the school board.
What, everything?
At noon, no. So
At
it's
this
Friday
time.
at noon at Bob Brown. If any of us can make it, I'm gonna be there with my whole autism students. So if anybody can make it, I know you're gonna be there, but you're gonna be in class.
Yeah, that's all of them in class.
So.
You don't happen to know any
Bye.
single teacher.
Absolutely. I'll be there.
Perfect.
You know, I have been almost a year here and I've had no luck at all with anyone.
When you least expected.
Yeah, right.
Dating.
None of them work. I've been on one for three months and got no response. And I've had one where I had tons of responses, but nobody responded back. Like one time, hi, that's not it.
Don't give up.
Don't need
Yeah.
it.
You never know
You never
where,
know.
you know.
You, maybe a nurse.
Just not pushing for it anymore. Yeah, a
That's
nurse,
when it'll happen. It is expected.
someone that has special needs training, can handle me and my kids. All right, so that's it for announcements. Let's go ahead and adjourn at 6:32. I motion to adjourn.
I second.
All those in-
Not really
There's
emotions.
nothing, yeah.
So Saturday event is, where at the.
Maybe call it.